We're working with the local community on a climate change and sustainability project. So there are various elements of this project, all with the end goal of improving the local community's interaction with their environment and therefore how to give themselves a buffer against climate change. One of the main ways that we are going to achieve this is through coffee cultivation. What we're doing here is we're helping to revive a traditional coffee production method which actually produces a very tasty coffee.
La estamos perdiendo porque con la cuestión de lo moderno, bueno, ahora hay una serie de maquinarias que hacen más fácil todas las cosas, pues yo creo que en todo está así, ¿verdad? Pero en cuanto al café, no, porque realmente así es que el café conserva todo su sabor.
So historically, the local producers of coffee in El Pajarito had produced coffee shade grown under the forest and sold it to coffee majors. The production process that these coffee majors favoured was something known as wet milling. Wet milling is an environmentally negative process because it uses, firstly, a lot of water, and secondly, it pumps water with coffee residue in it back into rivers, which is damaging for ecosystems. This, combined with market factors, coffee producers had seen coffee production become a less attractive crop to produce. People had started to cut down the forest, to use the land for other purposes, for example, farming frijole beans or grazing cattle. Obviously, cutting down the rainforest is destructive for local ecosystems and also creates local climate change because it actually raises local temperatures and decreases local rainfall. We are here working with the local community in conjunction with a local cooperative.
Porque nuestra cooperativa no solo ve la parte empresarial como tal, sino también atiende la parte social. Hemos hecho una serie de proyectos sociales, de escuelas, de casas comunitarias o casas culturales, proyectos de agua, proyectos de ecoletrinas, entre otros tipos de proyectos.
We are here to reintroduce a traditional method of producing coffee. We are building coffee beds where coffee beans can be taken, placed on the bed straight after cutting and dry in the sun. This reduces the need for the wet milling process. By not using water in the process, they drastically reduce the water footprint of the bean, and it will also reduce the amount of environmentally damaging coffee residue that's pumped into rivers. So on two fronts, it's making the process more environmentally sustainable. Shade-grown coffee is grown underneath forest. So by giving them that incentive to look after the forest, what you're then doing is you're protecting the local ecosystems and guaranteeing long-term water supply from this area. As part of our work here in El Pajarito, we're also supporting the local cooperative's innovation to recognise the unpaid work of women in agricultural production.
Bueno, lo que yo hago en el hogar cuando mi esposo se va, mi persona lo que hace es hacer el alimento para la familia, mirar los animales, asear todo lo que es la ropa de las niñas para que ellas vayan a la escuela. Entonces yo todas esas actividades del hogar yo las tomo, yo las hago para que él vaya a realizar los trabajos en el campo.
So as part of our work here, we have supported the cooperative by undertaking a time study of the women in the community that support the coffee farmers, to include a premium for the unpaid work of women in the local area. This money will then be re-injected into the community to help support women and support their role in the community and strengthen that role. So after our Raleigh ICS team has left El Pajarito, the farmers are going to see a lot of benefits for themselves, but the community itself will see significant benefits as well. So in terms of the farmers and their families, they will see higher income from their coffee harvest. In terms of the local community as well, what we're going to see is we're going to see less forest cut down because there will be a higher economic incentive for them to manage the forest sustainably in the long term. Of course, the wider community will benefit as well in the local Atahualpa region because there will be a reduction in the amount of coffee residues that are pumped into the local environment. My name is David Kay. I'm from Dartford in the United Kingdom and I'm on the Raleigh ICS programme in Nicaragua. So my experience on the ICS programme has been fantastic. It's been life-changing.